Hey guys, what is up, and welcome to, I believe, part 4 of the Russian Let's Play. Where we last left off, we just won a war against the Ottomans, where we saw them take this part of, which is part of modern day Turkey, and well, a lot of, considering with the ISIS there now, I don't really know. I'm a bit unsure, but yeah, as nothing much has progressed, we're all doing, everything's going fine. Italy, however, has formed. Like I said, there was the Garibaldi red shirts, which has caused Italy to form. It is in the sphere of France, and it is a number 8 power, which means it will rise into great power status very soon, which could potentially cause a war between France and Italy if France is invested in Italy, which is quite often the case, as Italy will nationalise its own industry. But I wouldn't imagine if there is a conflict. Italy is generally able to do quite well regardless of their low brigades. However, and given the fact that France has only got 20 brigades, they are very weak militarily right now. Prussia is really causing some problems. Prussia is equally very weak. Austria and me are probably the strongest people in Central Europe, along with Spain. Um, but yeah, so not much is happening. The civil war with the United States is probably going to kick off fairly soon. They're already attacking for the claims against Mexico, which always goes in that way. Unfortunately, the US has colonized this part of British Columbia, which means that border gore is through the roof. But that's unfortunately part of the game, I guess. So let's just get back underway and establish what's going on. And as you can see just then, Prussia did in fact win that war, which means that if they are able to get the southern states, they should even in fact even be able to form um, what do you call it, the North German Federation. So I'm kind of unsure as to why they have not. I just accepted the lines of the Portugal because I just did, but I didn't give any thought to it. I actually just clicked it without really reading. So we've got another army. We can't get one more, but we'll build up the minimum requirements for one, and we'll just continue until we can. So there's a crisis, which obviously we're going to be interested in because regardless of what that number says, we are the best power in the world. So the UK is probably going to join the Austrians. Spain is joining the Austrians. No, Brazil, I don't need an alliance. Austrians as well, so we're all going to join the Austrians. So France is not getting to be successful in this one. So we've got another army tech, military tech complete. So we're now on Tech 7, which is more than enough, I think. So we're going to get freedom of trade, so we can get luxury clothing, which we won't be able to use, but it will increase the speed that I can influence other nations, which is superb. So I can't. Unfortunately, I've been banned from these two regions, but that's fine. I'm not overly concerned. I'm gonna increase my influence in Afghanistan because that will act. That will just cause the problems to the British, but that's not really a massive problem. I intend on taking these territories, which unfortunately I'm not sure if am I able to establish a protectorate. I didn't mean to improve relations. I'll move on to the next one. Nope. There we go. Unfortunately, I can't. So that's going to be an absolute nightmare because I've got to take this region, that region, that region, and that one, and that one. When, as they are a primitive nation, I should be able just to slap them with a established protectorate, but apparently not. So since it would appear that I was already focusing on Persia, which I'll just continue to do. So they'll be part of the informal empire in quotations, I guess. Just expand the glass factory there. Samara's industry for iron is actually doing, though it's not producing a large amount of money, it is in fact full with people, which is great. I just took the test because I refuse to lose prestige. I'll expand the factory in Samara and hope that it goes, like, it expands and, well, it improves itself and is able to produce money, it's profitable. Because they're quite often the times when you expand the factories, they aren't in fact actually ready to be expanded, even though it gives you the option to, which results in them collapsing. So we're just going to finish off the last few of these because I believe we have three. So we have one artillery, one 1 engineer, and then a cav unit. So again, we're going to go into market structure, which can get a bunch of the efficiency techs. I am then going to expand into get a new railroad, and I'm probably just going to get these two, then go into state and government. So industry is still doing fairly well. France is number 4, and they're 14 behind. Germany, well, Prussia, sorry, is way out of sight right now. But everything seems to be going okay. My spheres are coming in well. Persia's about to be a sphere, so I'm just going to lower that down already and just let that slowly tick. If we're able to get a cavalry unit right now, no, unfortunately. But I think the next target might be Sweden, if I'm honest. Maybe take Norland, which only has timber. Has some iron, actually. It does have iron. I'm going to lower my relations with them. And then I am going to justify and acquire status 11. So I'll preferably, actually, I might want to attack a unciv. Am I able to do anything with China is the question. Because if I can, I'm more than happy to engage over there. They keep on improving my relations, which is an absolute nightmare. Am I able to acquire sub-state? Yes, I can. Okay, right. Okay. So they've got no tech. Are they recognised at all? No tech. Right. I'm going to send 2 armies, which will probably get very badly hurt. But I will send 2 armies to go help out with these forces and hopefully take all of Manchuria. Doing that will give me a large amount of goods, as Manchuria has, look at all that coal. It's got a lot of coal. It'll also give me the gateway to Korea, which is in the sphere of the US, but all that they'll actually ever do is maybe, I'm using the term maybe very loosely, siege down Alaska, and other than that, they won't do anything else to me. Because what are they going to do? Sail across and attack the Siberian plains? Oh well, that's fine. They can do that as much as they want because it doesn't mean anything to me. I'm going to lower tariffs a little bit and raise spending in general. So 45% tariffs and everything's now maxed out. Education's getting a boom. Military spending's going up. So we should get more people being encouraged to join the military, which is great. I've just been discovered. I've got 17 infantry, which is, it's for a great power, you know, that's fine. Yeah, Austria's got 7, Prussia's got 8, UK I'd imagine has higher, yeah. That's fine, it's all fitting in with the curve of the rest of the game, so. Afghanistan will also become my sphere, and I'm debating whether to sphere these instead of just annexing, because it'll be a lot of pointless wars for realistically not a lot of actual land. I can colonize these, so I think I might just, I'm just going to sphere these because it seems a lot more, like it makes a lot more sense. Well, it makes a lot more sense to me anyway. So this war justification is halfway through basically. My soldiers are nearly there. They haven't actually taken, or touch wood, taken any severe unit loss, which is good. That's a clear sign that my areas are starting to get more, they're starting to be able to hold more units. I don't know what the correct wording would be. The resupply limit is higher. That's the one, which is a great thing for me, especially for the fact that the majority of my land is in fact sort of in the middle of nowhere in large amounts of forests, which isn't helpful at all. But I will try that. So, art collection has been collected in some place. The Hermitage, built after plans of Leo von Klenz, opened in St. Petersburg. It made. Okay. So, I'm guessing it's just an art collection that the Tsar wanted or was gifted to the Tsar, which is the Russian word for, or Russian or Slavic, one of the two, word for Caesar. So yeah, that's a nice 5 prestige. I'll take. I don't mind any. I'll take that happily. Right, so we have it now. So are we able to? So we can take Outer Manchuria. We can't take. Okay, we'll take Outer Manchuria, which is 28 war score. All my allies apart from Portugal will join, and Persia will also not join, but that's fine. So that's great. Who are you allied with? You're allied with all the Chinese miners, which is fine. Time to push in because it should be an easy win war. So yeah, as expected. Oh, the Prussians and Austrians did join us. That I'm not too concerned about that because that does mean that I will be able to attack the Prussians, which I should be able to walk over very easily. So the Dutch are wanting the Danish, sorry, are wanting an alliance again. As you can see, the sheer numbers of this battle, they're losing nearly 1,000 a day, and I'm losing half 1,000. And I'm able to reinforce, and this stack alone, maybe, wow, they're actually really enforcing. Perhaps I did underestimate them just a tad, but that's fine. This war should be an easy win. If I'm to win these key battles, then I will win this war. Which I actually won't win any of these key battles because that's a large amount. Wow, that's an increasingly large army just there, and that's a complete wipe as well. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't quite expect to see that, if I'm honest. Didn't think that they'd attack me with such force. But they are. I guess they're game for a fight, which is fine. That's fine by me, and now they're invading me. Great. May have bitten off a bit more than I can chew with this one, actually. I will openly admit that. That's 100 and... That's a large army. I'm going to try and work my forces down through here. Oh, of course, yes. Okay, well. Unfortunately, I may lose this battle. Or may lose this war, in fact, I think it's better to say. I'm going to try and bring those forces back and get them and them into there. They aren't chasing me, which is good to see. Are they about to attack me? Some of them are. No, they're not. No, sorry, some of them are not about to attack me. So I'm just going to keep my men all in one stack. And just continue attacking. Little units. They'll probably be able to hold and lock me down at certain points. But they've expanded. They're just attacking. It's ridiculous. But I'm still winning the war, and the war will win. I will win the war eventually. It just may not be as easy as I thought. The problem with that is that, like I said, the numbers game can sometimes just be ludicrous. So that's why they're winning, mostly. Because they are able to throw sheer men at the situation and just watch it all disappear. So I'm just going to continue to push on through, and hopefully I'm spreading out my forces all in like a little square province, because that will create the ability for me to all reinforce my forces unless they all attack me at once, which I doubt they will. Am I able to piece? I'm not able to piece these out individually. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do all things. I'm just gonna do this, which is all small, little attacks and sieges, but it's all in a small area. So I think the battle's gonna be there. So we're all gonna charge into there, which they're gonna massively reinforce. They aren't attacking me, are they? No, they're not. Right, that's fine. So, I think we might catch that force. Yeah, we are. Which we are going to crush as well. We're going to catch anyone down here. We are again. And we won that battle as well. It's basically just how many soldiers are we gonna have to fight before you give in? Basically, that's what this war is right now. They're losing all big battles, which is great, and they're taking on severe war score losses. So yes, I am losing like soldiers who can support it, but by and large, that's fine. Right, so hopefully these armies will start to build back up a little bit, even though they are very diminished. So if all goes horribly wrong, we can't get white peace. What would they what so if I don't, they just refuse to surrender. This is not going to be good if it goes badly. I think wow, that's pretty bad. These armies are going to have to come over, I think, and just sort of act as a wall, I guess. Yeah, just sort of seize that all up. Although that's going to be very bad a supply limit, actually. So we'll just reorganise that again. Get that in there. And then them there. Yep. Then remove that, then them there. There. And then we'll just stick them there. Right, that's fine. So this army is sort of operating, out of the zone of everyone. I think this might be where they bite the dust, however. I know they are able to win this battle by God's graces. And that might have actually have tipped it over the edge in my favour. They should be able to should peace out very shortly. However, I think they may kill this army here. Yep, that army has now fallen. That is not a large amount of war score. Well, these armies are coming in now. Oh, Jesus, I just realised what I've done. There we go. 30. They still won't accept, even though it's heavily against you. But that is the AI right there. Stubborn as a mule. So I made a lot of mistakes with this war. I very badly misunderstood, didn't properly think about how many soldiers that they throw into the whole conflict, which I should really have looked at quite significantly, because it would have caused so many less deaths than it did. So the armies right now, so that's going into there. It's about to engage that army. You can sit there. You sit there. You are fine. Okay. So we're winning this now. That's another few big wins for us. So hopefully this. Why won't you peace out? It makes no sense. So we're going to send them into there. Their army is just going to start retreating, which is great. This army's going where? Send them there, which is good. We're steadily pushing back the Chinese tide, which is great to see. They should try and surrender very shortly, because they can't keep up this fight all the time. We are reoccupying stuff at a very fast rate, and they are going to lose. I am very unsure as to why they're refusing to surrender. They're losing large amounts of soldiers, and I don't know if they can continue to support that sort of war. So they've got a bunch of little ragtag forces left over, which again will just get easily pushed aside, because the armies that I've got compared to theirs are so significant. The only reason why I lost heavily in actual China mainland is, again, like I said, the numbers game in this are incredibly flawed, because you can go from losing a battle, you can be perfectly fine, then all of a sudden, like they'll just death stack you, which is what they did when they just put 300,000 soldiers attacking 30,000. So it can incredibly, like, drastically change a battle, which, though I guess is kind of realistic. It seems as though a nation that is unciv wouldn't be able to muster up that kind of army that rapidly. But I could be wrong. So I think this war's basically done. There's no need for them to still be in it, but they will. They will continue to fight for no necessary reason. So I'm just going to continue this fight, probably off camera, because I don't feel as though it's that entertaining as you just watching me slowly push it back, and then I'll eventually siege it up. So I'm gonna end this part here because we've already gone way over the time that I was supposed to do. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next part. Please like, subscribe, ring a bell. Whatever you fancy doing, that's all down to you. Have a good day.